Here's a question for you. Does anybody out there still buy music DVDs? I was thinking of this the other day when I was looking for something in a cabinet, and I noticed I had like like a spindle with all the DVDs on them. I had to get rid of some of those plastic cases. I just didn't have the room for them, and I thought, man, I haven't watched a music DVD in I haven't bought one in probably 10 years, 7 to 10 years. I haven't watched one in years. I can't remember the last time I've watched one. Uh, is it something that do bands even still put out DVD like live concerts? If you remember, there was a time period. I'm gonna say it was probably like the early mid 2000s where that was a thing. I'm gonna say it's more like the mid 2000s where bands were releasing like all these collections of concerts, new concerts, and things like that. Rare stuff, documentaries, behind the scene things, making of the album, all these different things. It seemed like everybody was doing that and it was really exciting. And I bought a lot of those. I have a ton of music DVDs, but I never ever watched them anymore. And in fact, when I saw these DVDs, I started thinking about it and I was like, oh, I had this Dio DVD and it had a bunch of old shows on it. That's the other thing. Like I remember going to record shows. And if you've never been to a record show, you go in, there's people with tables set up all over. Not only are you just selling records and CDs, but they used to sell bootleg stuff, and it used to be VHS tapes. And then when VHS kind of went out of favor, it was DVDs, live DVDs, and I would get things from there. And I used to have this Dio DVD. They had like 5 shows on it, like a couple from the Vivian Campbell era. It was fantastic. I want to watch that. And I'm like digging around trying to find it. And I was like, screw it. I'll just look it up watch it on YouTube. Because that's the thing, like all these old shows now, they're on pretty much all on YouTube. And so there's just kind of like no real reason to watch them on DVD. I mean, the sound quality, I guess, is probably better, but honestly, I don't know. I don't really care. I've said this before, like when it comes to watching TV, when it comes to watching movies, I don't really care about quality. I just want convenience. And I've talked about how that's like a good contradict. Here as music fans, we argue about sound quality and we want the best sound quality. Audio files all over YouTube arguing about this. And I often have to remind myself that there's a lot of people just don't care about sound quality. They care more about convenience. And that's why streaming is so popular. Well, that's why streaming is popular for me with movies. It's like, I don't want to buy a DVD of a movie that I'm going to watch it once, maybe twice. I don't care if there's bonus stuff anymore. That doesn't do anything for me. And it's the same thing with music videos. Like if Iron Maiden puts out a video from their last tour, it's like, do I really even care? I mean, it's like practically every night of the tour is documented on YouTube. And yeah, maybe the sound quality isn't that great, but it's just not that special anymore to be able to see. I hate to say it, but seeing videos of bands live, there was a point in time where it was like, man, to be able to have this show, Dio with Vivian Campbell, it just doesn't mean anything anymore because this stuff is all over YouTube. You just don't, it just doesn't matter anymore. And sometimes I stumbled across my AC/DC, I think it was called Family Jewels, and they really did it the right way. They just had collected like all their videos, like random kind of like TV appearances and stuff like that. And that was kind of fun because it goes from one to the other. And that would be a hassle to be finding all those on YouTube. But in general, it's just something I don't care about anymore. And gosh, if you go into like Best Buy or something, do they even still have like a music DVD section? I don't know. Again, it's something that I almost like forgot about it, that it even existed, because I just haven't had any urge to watch a music DVD. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, did you used to buy a lot of music DVDs? Do you still buy music DVDs? Do you does it mean anything to you anymore? Where do you buy them from? Let me know in the comments down below. I am curious because again, it's one of these weird things where it's like I almost completely forgot about that whole thing. And there was a point in time, like in the mid 2000s, where that was a big thing, man. I was buying these things up left and right. Iron Maiden, the early years and stuff like that. Priest was putting stuff out, and it's like all these bands were putting out all these great concerts, and I was just eating it up. And now It's like I could absolutely care less. I just do not want to. If I never buy another DVD again, I think I'd be totally fine with that. So let me know about your guys' experience with music DVDs. You still buy them? Let me know what your thoughts are. Did you used to buy them? Let me know in the comments down below. Till we see you again. Make sure you stay heavy, stay metal.